Hey friends, welcome to this week's Diverse Orange. I'm Alex Moonsang and I'm hosting today. And I have my friend Nicalyn here with me. I'm so happy to have Nicalyn because she is such a big inspiration for me and I absolutely love working with her. She is also a Filipino artist. So we are going to learn more about her heritage and the work that she does. So, Nicalyn, how did your family find themselves in Central Florida?
Little by little, our family trickled over here into America, and we started off in like Chicago and Washington, and then little by little moved over to Florida. And I think that's what sparked my mom to want to come along, and it's actually a common dream in the Philippines to like move to America. So my mom ended up moving here when I was just a baby, 1 year old. So I didn't remember anything, but I was basically born in the Philippines and then raised in America.
Nice. And you mentioned the Chicago and Washington, so those are colder states for your family to choose out of all places. And I feel like a common thing is people are like, Florida is warmer, so we will move there. Um, Did you guys come to Orlando right away when you moved to Florida, or were you guys somewhere else?
Oh, so I actually very first state that I was in was Washington when I was a baby, and then when we moved here, I was still a baby, didn't remember anything. And the first part of Orlando that me and my mom lived in was Eatonville. So I was in that smaller town section of Orlando, and then in about I think at around second grade, I moved over to East Orlando, where I continued until like the end of high school.
Um, and so Eatonville is, I think, like a historically Black neighborhood, right?
Yes, yes.
Or it's like a historic part of Orlando. Um, and you grew up there for a while, and did you go to like elementary school there?
Yes, Hungerford Elementary.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So it was really cool to start off in a very beautiful small town, and I felt like it's a good start to my life and my memories for sure. It was very quaint and quiet, but like rich with culture.
Did you feel, growing up in Orlando that you were welcomed and that you, like, belonged here?
I did feel that way. I think there weren't a lot of Asians where growing up, like immediately, except from like my family. But I did feel very welcomed because there was just so many different types of people.
Um, and what was, growing up, what was, like, one of your favorite things about living in Orange County?
I'd say for me, because my mom, she would bring me to little art fairs and little artsy things. She liked to gallivant is a common word in the Philippines,
Yeah,
or pronounced galibant.
gallivanting, yeah.
Gallivanting, super Filipino, but it's an American word. But yeah, like she loved to gallivant, and she would take me to so many of the different festivals wherever there were tents. She was like, "Let's go." And so I got to get an early start on being exposed to the arts and the fun of it all. And I think the first time I ever saw a live painter was in Park Avenue, like somebody that was just painting the scenery. And that was the first time I was just like, wow, that's that's really cool. As a kid, yeah.
Yeah, and, they have, like, the, Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival
Yeah.
when that happens. I can't imagine seeing a live painter for like one of the first times, and how exciting and inspiring that is.
That was actually my first impression of you too. When I first met you, you were live painting and you had blue
Oh.
hair. And I was just like, wow, starry eyes.
Aw. Yeah. And then, well, you've given me the opportunity to live paint at many of your events, but what is your uh, what's your company, your group? It's not a company. It's just an art group of
Yes.
creativeness. But tell us a little more about it.
Yes. So together with my colleagues in Tampa, I went to USF and we decided to create Goldmine, and at the time it was Goldmine Productions. We trimmed the fat a little bit. We were like, it's easier on the ears, so we called it Goldmine, and it actually started from like house parties where we would jam and like make art, and it was just so fun to us, and we had the tools necessary at the core team, so we were like, well, we have a lot of power here. Let's use it, and so we started doing a lot of events in Tampa, and we were like, wow, we can pull this off. And then we thought, like, aligning that with services so that we can also eat from it and have it be sustainable in that way. That really helped it grow. And we ended up like moving to Orlando and still visiting Tampa because we still have a lot of life in Tampa, and now we do a lot in Orlando and Tampa. But one of our furthest events was in Portland, Oregon. So that was really cool to like branch out a little bit, and so now we're doing artist branding and events as our main services and featuring different artists, and it's an amazing journey to like connect with everyone on this level.
Yeah, bringing Central Florida outside of Florida.
Yes, so important.
Do you feel like, well, after like being in like Portland and like experiencing other like creative events outside of Florida, um, do you feel like there's anything that's missing here?
So I think when it comes to the art scene, if we're talking the art scene specifically, I think that more utility of the arts is missing. Where I see a lot of artistry being used in a decorative way, and that's great. But I think that in order for us to have more opportunities as artists, I would like to see more art as utility, meaning like helping solve like big issues or using it as messaging. And I know that's out there, but I think that artists need more opportunities for sure for us to like continue like going on this journey. And I know this as a person that does it too. So, I know that the pandemic is kind of taking a dent on everyone in the industry, but I that's why I mean like if there's more utility, um, that it could be sustainable even through that. So something like that.
And I think also from like a cultural and heritage standpoint, do you feel like it's also like correlates with the utility and like representation?
In what way?
Like representation in the arts and like giving or like artists of color in
Mm.
our community.
Yeah, I think that that's growing for sure, especially seeing like artists like Jeffrey, as a Filipino artist, making it so big and getting opportunities like that, being able to showcase his own thing in like Millennium Mall. So I do see representation, and I'm grateful for that in Orlando. I after traveling a lot, I see that misrepresentation. So I do see like an even footing more than ever out here. And growing up, maybe I wasn't aware of it before as a kid, but I definitely see like a big improvement over the years.
Yeah, I think in Orlando, we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Um, are there any current projects that you have going for Goldmine or, any ideations in the process?
Yes. So right now, I'm currently building the trench coat, which is our online store. And what I'm hoping to do with that is aside from being featured at different markets as the trench coat, um, it'll also be where we sell our merch and then feature different artists. Currently, it's only my work right now. Most of my jewelry, I made this baby. I wrap crystals, and then I paint, as you can see. Oh, this way, that way, everywhere. And so I have some prints on there, and then I'm hoping to feature other artists eventually. And the trench coat will be that catch-all for all that. Love it.
I'm glad I got to be one of the first artists for your trench coat
The
at
first market.
Wilshire. Yeah, yeah, that was great. But yes, please check out Nicalyn's websites. I will post them in the comments and check out her jewelry. They are so beautiful and there's so much love and intention that is put into them. And I hope to see your work at an art show very soon. Please keep us updated. But thank you for joining me today on Diverse Orange.
Yay, thank you for having me. I love you.
Diverse Orange is our weekly show on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. We will see you next week.